Today I gotta fix my brakes in my Subi. So the lines were open for a long time when I was painting the calipers and repairing the calipers. And then I ordered a vacuum handheld bleeder because bleeding in the old-fashioned way wasn't really doing anything. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna get this vacuum bleeder and fix it. And then I ended up actually pressurizing the rear brake bleeder. So then brake fluid was bubbling out of the master cylinder, and that's no good. So I'm gonna ride my longboard to a parts store 2 miles away, and hopefully they have like a master cylinder bleeder kit, and I'm gonna get a shitload of brake fluid, and yeah, maybe I'll be able to bleed that shit. See you in a second. Got 2 huge bottles of brake fluid, so it's buy one get one half off, and this master cylinder bleeder kit, universal standard. Hopefully this has everything I need to bleed the master cylinder. I'm not sure if I'm going to remove the master or not, but I'm moving some of these lines out of the way. I disconnected the fuel lines from this gray clip, and down there you can see the union for the rear brake lines, I believe. It's just going to be a little bit hard to get to. Might be able to get it from like sideways like here. And the top one should be pretty straightforward, it's right there. I'm going to spray these with some PB Blaster before I try and get at them. And some brake fluid's going to spill out. Hopefully some of these fittings will fit my master cylinder. That's up in the air. Here's the good old trusty PB Blaster. Here are some nice sprays. I think these are 10 millimeter. So I'm also gonna undo this bolt here and move the FPR out of the way so I can get some more slack on this line, because I don't have very much room to maneuver around this top line. So considering how tight the master cylinder is up against this clip and the strut tower, I'm going to opt to remove the whole master cylinder. Getting the fittings down there is going to be tough. So I'm going to slide some towels underneath the car and try to get at those bolts. I think this one came loose. Good sign. I'm actually going to suck all the brake fluid out of the master cylinder first because I can with this tool. Got the bottom one out. I'm going to move on to the top. There's two 12mm bolts holding on the master to the brake booster. see this one over here clearly. It's the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna pop those out, and hopefully I can get the master out without too much difficulty with all these lines here kind of in the way. Woo-woo. I'm going with the extendo setup. So I'm gonna see if I can get this on there, turn this, and get it with this big end. Right down there is my swivel, so I'm going to throw the ratchet on it and the long extension. Let's see what we get. It's cash money. Setup worked perfectly. It dropped, but I think it's on the ground. Here we are. Now this other side is super easy. Or should be super easy. Should be able to get it with just a little small extension. My ratchet. The low brake fluid sensor. Second bolt is out, second nut. I think this should come right out. There she is. So here goes nothing. I'm going to throw this on the vise. Hopefully the universal kit has what we need. And we're going to get to it. So to remove this from the car, all it was two 10mm brake line connector things. Two 12mm here, 1 and 2, and disconnecting the low brake fluid sensor right here. The cylinder is supposed to be perfectly flat. As flat as can be. That looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna go get my kit, and what we're gonna do is put the two nipples in here, run the hoses up into the master cylinder. Then I'm gonna push the rod in, and we're gonna see a lot of air bubbles hopefully seeping back into the reservoir. Unfortunately, these lines are black. I should have picked up some clear line, but I'm gonna make it work with what we have. Both of these are in there pretty good. So now I'm gonna run our lines from each nipple into the reservoir. Comes with these little clips. I'm gonna have to use both of them. They're submerged. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the rod in and see what happens. This one's burping a lot over here. So I switched this connector up. Everything's working. And I don't think there's any more air getting into the system. So it's feeling a lot better now. I think I'm done. I'm just doing some extras. Alright, I'm going to take these out, plug them. I'm just going to clip these to themselves so they're not flailing around everywhere. Put my cap on so the brake fluid doesn't get too much water in it from the air. Alright, I'm going to take this off the bench now. I kind of wrap these lines up so they won't be dangling everywhere. I'm going to install the master cylinder with these two 12 bolts, 12mm bolts, and then undo these lines and try to get the brake bolts back on as fast as possible. I got the master cylinder back in, everything's connected. Don't forget to connect the brake fluid level sensor, and now I'm going around the car bleeding the brakes. The pedal still felt the same, but that's probably because a lot of air just got introduced to the system again because I had the master cylinder out. So I'm making good progress. Hopefully this will eventually bleed. I think it's going to take me 2 or 3 times on each wheel. The vacuum bleeder comes in this little bottle. I'm going to fill the bottle once each time around, and then do it again if it's still not good, and then again. I have to also bleed the ABS, I guess. So hopefully once it gets to that point, I can lock the brakes up and get it to actually actuate the ABS module. That's about it. It wasn't too bad to get everything back together. Not too much brake fluid came out. And it's just time to bleed them now. I ordered the power bleeder thing off Amazon for like 55 bucks. Because I think that's probably better. But for now this is working fine, I think. Hopefully, now that I got the master cylinder bled, it'll all be straight. Let's be back in a sec. So, I bled the brakes. They still feel bad. But I got the ABS module to cycle a little bit. I'm just gonna have to keep grinding. Keep pumping the brakes. Because I don't think anything's wrong with this system. There are no leaks under any of the wheels. Peace out.